Hello, and welcome to a full moon reading with me, your host, Danielle Marivette Hernandez. I don't know what that arm gesture was, but I do it a lot, so I think I'm a cartoon stick figure, and this is how I walk with my elbows. I'm also your card reader for today, and as I explore the setups of reading cards, you get to explore different areas of my space with me. So, for our reading today, for the full moon reading of June 29th, 2026. That is a full moon in Capricorn. Ooh la la. Though we are in the month of Cancer. Ooh la la. We will be using the Calandra Tarot. The Calandra Tarot. Yes, I do love this deck. Now, because you can see me and you can't see the cards, I'm going to have to get creative about how you get to see these piles. 2 cards just dropped, so I'm going to put those aside. 2 cards just dropped. So that'll be pile 1. And can I get some cards for okay? Pile 2, interesting. And for pile 3, whoa, okay. Every pile has 2 cards from this deck. And I'm going to put it aside. There are some other cards sticking out, so the deck moved. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. We're not going to stop there though. I also have with me the Hirschfeld Broadway Tarot. Now what I love about this deck, one, it's a New York Broadway deck. So if you feel in alignment with the city of New York, which is where I am from, and if you feel in alignment with Broadway, perhaps you're a performer, perhaps you are a writer, perhaps you have aspirations to have something of yours on the big screen, the big stage, then stick around. These cards have all of the artwork from Al Hirschfeld himself, and because they are from Broadway shows, if it's a musical, there's a song attached. So I really like the divination of using this deck. So let's cut the deck in half. They are a thick deck. Also, I just split on the Page of Wands and the Star. So there's the artwork for people who've never seen this deck before. The Star is Peggy Sawyer from 42nd Street. From 42nd Street. That's better. And the Page of Wands is Nellie Forbash from South Pacific. Oh, South Pacific always breaks my heart. Angst. If you're not familiar with that Rodgers and Hammerstein, you know what? I always flippity flop on how to say their name, but yes, I do remember feeling quite emotional when I watched that one as a kid. All right, let's get a clarity card for pile 2. Ooh, that one. And whoa, okay, for pile 3. All right, so pile 2 got 2 of these tarot cards. Each of the other piles only got 1, but I'm gonna keep it beside me just in case we decide we're gonna pull from it again. Yeah. Okay, now, because we are in the month of July, I will also be using an oracle card from the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. Her artwork is so lovely. Let's get an oracle card for pile 1. So if you feel called to mermaid energy, this reading is for you. I like to say that my readings are timeless, though I do create them in alignment with the moon cycle. So this reading is created in alignment with the June 29th full moon. It is currently, June 28th, and I just dropped the deck, and the first card that faced up is the return of Aphrodite. So if you resonate with Aphrodite energy, let's see, we're 4 minutes in. All right, so I have to briefly pause. Not this video, but the selection of the decks, because we're going to read that card after I go get it. Be right back. Whee! Okay. The floor, it's farther down than it looks. Actually, 3 cards fell, but I'm only going to read 1. If you're interested in the other ones, I recommend that you look up this deck. The card that we are going to read here is the Return of Aphrodite, and it has this gorgeous, I'm trying to, yes, light. There we go. There we go. Hello, beautiful. There she is in the water. There's dolphins. There's golden light. She's emerging from the ocean, which is part of her lore. She's holding a key, and a white dove is landing on her hand. Here we go. On the card it says temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, and treating as sacred. I love this energy. I feel the reverence in treating things as sacred is a lot of what the world is missing right now. And in addition to that, hold on. I always like to use a seashell whenever I'm using the Power of the Mermaids deck. Oh, that is so interesting. One of the mermaid cards flipped up. Okay, we'll look at that later. The piles are anxious for me to get started, so here we go. This is an additional message for anyone who has watched through. Surprise, you're getting an extra card. I don't think I'm going to necessarily make a big fuss about it when I write about this. And by write about this, I mean put up the small blurb on, if you want to pick your piles, this is what you gotta do. So she's card number 13. 13 is a sacred number of divine femininity. A lot of people think it's a bad luck number. Gee, I wonder why that might be. But it's actually linked up to the number of moons in a woman's cycle. So here we go. The mermaids sing. She has come back to us, piercing us all with her sweetness and beauty. So goes the Homeric hymn to Aphrodite, an ancient rhapsody recording encounters with this sea-born goddess who is friend to merfolk everywhere, and to you, if you wish it so. Aphrodite's story is fascinating, and when you receive this card, you are part of an enchanting tale that is being told in your life. You may have always doubted your ability to attract. Yet when this card comes to you, it is as if the Graces, Aphrodite's handmaidens, are coming to greet you as you are rebirthed from the womb of the sea. And they adorn you with jewels and kisses, lavish you with pampering, and you will, at last, begin to believe in the power of your own gracefulness, your own sacred powers, your own allure and magnetic appeal. Aphrodite is sea-born, as were you, of the womb of your mother. And when she comes to you, you are being reminded that it is possible to be sexual without being in partnership or formal marriage. She is returning to you to remind you of the beauty and grace of laughter, of delight, of seeing all that is before you as wondrous and perfect in its own right, delighting as she did in the variety of beings on the planet, encouraging all to procreate, make love, sing, and revel in life. She is a sign of a return to sexual health, to healthy and glorious self-love and self-esteem, of a wish to be free for a time from marriage or conventional relationships, a time to explore, to delight, to be sensual, to be free with no fear of retribution. Wow, this is extra special because, as I mentioned, today is June 28th in New York City. It is the Gay Pride Parade, and for Aphrodite to come through with this ability to experience yourself as a sexual being without exclusively being within the constraints or bonds of traditional marriage is on the money. You can't make these things up. This is happening right now. I don't have a calendar behind me, but you'll have to trust me. I have me behind me. Yes. I have to be my own biggest supporter. So high five self. High five self. High five cartoon self. Boink. And high five headshot. Nice. It kind of just looked like I was giving myself little slaps. I'm gonna have to add hands to the wall. No, that might be creepy. I sleep here. Anyway, the divination to this card says, when Aphrodite comes to you from the sea, you are being reminded of your deep delicious nature, the power of sensual desire, and the holiness of laughter and delight. There will be female friends who encourage you to remain free and to find out for yourself what it is you want and who will praise you and assist you. It is a time of being reborn into your sensual self and all that you are as a woman. Your yoni, your body, your breasts and hips are all now greeted and reclaimed with love. You see that you do walk in beauty and that many have seen you coming from afar and have desired you. There is no sin in this. Aphrodite loved beauty too and knew how to share with other women, gifting her magic belt to Hera for a time to help her with her faithless husband Zeus, or sharing Adonis for half the year with the youthful, irresistible Persephone. She is not the same as others. She does not wish to have and to hold. She wishes to experience, to love, to be filled again and again with all the beauty this world has to offer. But she never wishes for ownership. All is golden. Everybody is in love for a magical time because the goddess has returned. So if you felt called to stick around to that message, that was the message of the return of Aphrodite. Yes, and if you listened to that message was for you. The other card here is Atlantis. We will not be reading that one right now. And Water Flight. Woo! But I do want to share you the cards. Okay, if you're interested in looking up this deck, that's card 19 and 14. But we will be moving on, and we will keep the return of Aphrodite here by the bell. Oh, that's beautiful. Here by the bell. She will not be returning to the deck. Now, back to pulling piles. Can I have a card for pile number 2, please? A card for pile number 2. A card for pile number 2. A card for pile number 2. I'm not getting any jumpers right now. All right, if we don't get a jumper, then we will select a card. Let's see, how do I want to do this? The one on the bottom, excellent. I've selected for you pile number 2. And pile number 3, I'm gonna give it a little knock. Pile number 3, can I have a card for pile number 3? Oh, I saw someone stick out. All right, whoever sticks out, if you don't want to jump. Oh, we got a jumper. Okay, your Mermaid Oracle has been selected. This is how it's going to work. I will pause this video. I will do my best to capture the images that are happening here. And let me put some signifiers on these cards. Just one moment while I grab them. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie 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 doo. Okay, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 has a doubloon on it. Woo! Pile 2 has a jade pendant of bamboo on it. And pile 3 has this little bird, a little bub. All right, pile number 3. Now, I will pause the video, capture this so you have some type of reflection for what the cards look like, and then we will come back. Sounds good? Sounds good. Behold the piles. Pile 1 with the doubloon, Pile 2 with the, okay, hold on, let's move this light. And there goes the light. Okay, doubloon, pile 1. This is the, oh, it's so pretty. Jade bamboo. And this is a little burb. It's a little burb. All right, darlings, pick your piles. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. Pile number 1. If you selected the doubloon, doubloons are, I mean, this is a replica. I know this may shock you, but this is not, in fact, a genuine historical artifact, but it does represent a piratical doubloon, which is something you must dye with to the depths to retrieve because so many pirate ships were sunk, although there's also the pirate lore of buried treasure. So I imagine this pile has to speak about something in those terms. Buried treasure. Let's go. These are your cards. Let's see. Let's turn over the tarot first. You've got, ooh, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So if you saw me shuffle the decks, you saw that I only pulled 2 cards from the Calandra Tarot deck. The Ace of Cups is a beautiful new beginning. It's something that's beautiful, it's soft, it's luscious, it's the cup. This is your emotional self. It is also a new emotional awakening. So this could be a relationship, this could be a new venture, but it is something new. It's the start of something. And it is something that's beautiful and potentially fulfilling, because if you look at this cup, you'll see that it's literally overflowing. Its cup runneth over. Excellent. And there's a dove flying out here. Now, if you watched the card pull previously, then you saw me pull the card of Aphrodite, who is also holding a dove. So this feels very much like a love reading. We also have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is a knight who dots his I's and crosses his T's and is fastidious with the choices that they make. This is a knight who has been moving towards a goal for years. Pentacles deals with years. So this is not a rash decision. Whoever is coming in, and this Knight of Pentacles does represent someone coming in, and because this is the Ace of Cups, then it would appear that it's this Knight of Pentacles who's coming in with this beautiful offer. Because it's this Knight of Pentacles, it feels like either this is someone who you have known for years or who has known of you for years. Perhaps you are a personality on the internet. Perhaps you are a writer. Perhaps you are someone with a following where someone can keep up with the work that you do. So there's this beautiful offering coming in, and let's take a look. Oh, I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay, let me just show you the cards. So first of all, stop reacting. Okay, so the mermaid card I pulled is the card of vulnerability. So this definitely feels like a love reading, because between the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, I speak good English. This vulnerability card is showing someone holding someone else, right? A merman is holding this woman. She's got human legs. He's got the fin. So the tradition is inverted here. And then the Broadway tarot deck is showing the Eight of Wands as the Lady of the Lake from Spamalot, which is my favorite musical. The Lady of the Lake is like my dream goal if I was to actively pursue a singing role in Broadway. Oh my gosh, yes. Love her, love her. Find your grail, find your grail. Okay, find your grail. You can't make this stuff up. You watched me. If you watched me like shuffle, look at, like I didn't look at any of these cards, right? A beautiful offer. Here's the grail. It is literally also the Eight of Wands deals with things happening rather quickly. So despite the Knight of Pentacles being a slow moving knight, the Eight of Wands is telling me that things are going to be moving quickly now. And you are being called to tap into your vulnerability. It says open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. Let's read up on this mermaid card, shall we? We shall. Here we go. La 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 la. That is number 39. If the number 39 is significant to you, enjoy that. If the number 39 is not significant to you, let me point out that a 3 and a 9 are what's the correct mathematical term? 9 is divisible by 3. That's what I'm trying to say. So there is like a quantum leap. It feels like 3 times 3, 9. Booyah. Also 3 and 9, you add them together, you get a 12, which you reduce 1 and 2 together, you're back at 3. 3 is such a power number. Okay, here we go. The mermaids sing. This is the quandary of the modern human, as far as we can see it. There is an enormous desire to avoid pain, to avoid anything that leads to emotional distress. And yet, The very thing that allows such a thing to happen is one of your greatest powers. Your vulnerability is beautiful, and we are drawn to it. And yet, so often, you feel foolish and embarrassed for feeling vulnerable, and you do your best to hide your tenderness. You feel as though you will be abused simply because you are open and willing to trust and able to love and be kind. But how attractive and appealing are these most lovely of human qualities? The divination says, we all need and crave a sense of belonging. It is deep and primal. It is at the very core of our survival instincts. For in tribal days, if we were outcast, we were either left as food for the sharks, or we became strong and wise in our hermitage. These challenges and hero journeys within are our keys to inner strength and a sense of belonging to the all that is. And yet, what makes this heroic, what makes this beautiful, is that we can be deeply hurt as much by our communication with others as by our distance from them. At this time, you are being asked to open up. Display your wounds after a time building trust and share the vulnerabilities within. You are strong and you are a survivor, but you are fragile too. Deep, intimate connection can only be created by deeply understanding who we are, what we reject and dislike about ourselves, and bringing home and nurturing back to health that which we have forced away. This can require therapy, counseling, and deep vulnerability. The power of this vulnerability is that you break through into freedom, self-love, and attract others with your open heart. It may return from time to time. It is often a theme in our life. We're not done though. No, because now I need to read to you. So that was the read up for the vulnerability. The power to be vulnerable is a power. Yes, it leaves us feeling vulnerable because there is a raw and exposed state when we open the door to our hearts and we share something of ourselves. In fact, I believe we have become expectant to experience pain, backlash, and especially in the days of the internet, trolling. Oh my gosh, it feels like people get a sense of reward whenever they leave a snarky comment or they jump and pounce and say something harmful, because internet culture has convinced people that there's reward in it. But to generally experience vulnerability with another human being is an opportunity to share something magical, to literally dive deep and get the treasure. Now, the Eight of Wands being the Lady of the Lake. I mean, if you're not familiar with Spamalot, please let me refresh you. Spamalot is the movie musical based entirely on Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Did I say movie musical? Am I channeling? That's my dream. Quick, get me on the phone with Monty Python himself, because that's accurate. Anyway, Spamalot is entirely based around the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and it is a musical that follows the journey of King Arthur and the knights as they seek to find the Holy Grail, but it adds characters that did not exist in the movie. So the Lady of the Lake is spoken of in the original film, her samite glove. But I didn't remember the full quote, that's why I had to stop. But she is fully a character in the staged production. She has my absolute favorite numbers, which include, yes, Find Your Grail, which is the call to action song. If you trust in your soul, goal. There it is. Keep your eyes on the goal. Oh, girl. All right. I'm in the cups. I need to be in the wands. That's what she said. Ooh, there's a goofy energy. It's very playful energy that we're in right now. Playful energy. It's fun. It's flirtatious. Yes, go forth. Go drink from your Ace of Cups, okay? Perhaps you have been the Knight of Pentacles. Perhaps it is you who has searched for years for something very specific. Also, you see that pentacle that he's following like a holy grail? Hold on, let me just do this like this. La, 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 la. You can't make this stuff up. Again, I didn't see these cards before I put them down. Okay. So, this is for the Lady of the Lake card. Hold on. Switch it this way so you can see it without the light interfering. Yeah, that works? That works. Okay. Movement, swift change, and opportunity. Incoming. There is a lot happening, and opportunities might be flying fast and furious. This doesn't mean you have to catch all 8 wands as they rain down on you. The 8 of Wands can represent that moment when it all feels like too much and paying attention is hard. Stay vigilant. Excuse me, I have family that I live here with, and they have also income swiftly with a lot of energy. Oh, I got quiet. I think we'll just keep going. Okay, wonderful. Stay vigilant. That focus is exactly what will help you when it feels like you can't capture all the magic swirling around you. There is a bit more work to be done to get to the finish line. Pick up what feels the most aligned first. What is yours will not pass you, but you may have to wait for it to come around again. It will. The Lady of the Lake knows that the Knights are on a tumultuous journey. The continual bombardment of obstacles, new ideas, and a revolving door of characters proves that life never stops, even when you're on a quest for the Grail. And yes, your song is Find Your Grail. If you have never heard it, be sure to pause the video, go seek it. It's sung by the fabulous Sara Ramirez. The pipes on that performer. And the artwork here is the detail from The Titanic Reaches New York in 1997. Not that one. Yes, there you are. Okay, so pile number 1, that is your reading. I am going to make sure that I capture this for you so that you can see what we're looking at here. Let me just move pile number 2 over there. And thank you so much for joining me. This looks like a very promising full moon for you. I do want to add, with June 29th, we do have an incoming Mercury retrograde. And what that really means is there is opportunity for confusion, missed messages or mixed messages, delays. As this card is reminding us, the opportunity will come around again, even if it passes by the first time, because what is yours cannot miss you. It just may be delayed for a while. Thank you for joining. And now a visual on your reading. Pile number 1, this is your reading. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Actually, I pulled the Ace of Cups first. So there you are. Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Actually, look, when you do it that way, he's moving towards the Ace. He's moving towards the Dubloon. And here's the Lady of the Lake singing, reminding you guys. The way in is through vulnerability. Bless. This has been your reading. Hello, pile number 2. Okay, if you're joining me for pile number 2, happy to have you here. I'm just moving aside pile number 1. What a fun reading we had together. And how is the light quality? We still good? We still good? I can't tell. There's a giant light shining in my face. Just feel like it's very dark. It wasn't dark before, but you know what? The sun is setting. It is after 8 o'clock now. I'm listening to atmospheric noise. Okay, great. Pile number 2. If you chose the bamboo, this reading is for you. This is a jade bamboo. Jade is a stone of luck. It's also a stone of love and family, and it's best inherited. Jade comes from the nephrite family, and it comes in colors other than green. Green itself resonates with the heart chakra, and that's a very, very, very light dive into jade. Bamboo itself is abundant. It is lush. It grows quickly. It is the one food source for pandas, but it is also an excellent building material because it builds so quickly. And it's hollow. It's hollow. So when you think of bamboo, this is something that takes years to grow, but once it does grow, it continuously returns. So there's abundance here, okay? Now let's take a look at your cards, shall we? Okay, here we go. So this was your pile. Let's take a look at your cards. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands and you have the Three of Swords. And I want to start here because the Three of Swords can be intimidating for people. The Three of Swords is very much a card of heartache and heartbreak and grief. People who have experienced Three of Swords are familiar with all of these emotions. Three of Swords also tells me that there's been heartache and heart breaks already. Either you are coming from a place where heartache has profoundly affected you, or you are going through a time when the heartache that already exists within you is calling for your attention. All right, so this is already a more grounded reading than pile number one, but I also want to share this with you. You have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is an energy of being in charge of the realm of your social realms, your activities. Think work, think play. The Queen of Wands very much is in control of who she interacts with. As you can see, she's surrounded by sunflowers here. Okay, the sunflowers are a reminder to follow your light. Whatever it is that lights you up, follow it, because a sunflower literally follows the sun across the sky to get the maximum vitamin D that it needs. I'm calling it vitamin D. It's not. Now, these are not your only cards. I want to see what else you have here. Wow. Now, I want to show you what these are. I feel like this card can be intimidating, but I want you to know this is only where the story starts. This is not where your story ends. You have the Knight of Swords. This is an incoming messenger, the swiftest moving knight in the deck. Totally opposite of the first one. And the Ten of Coins. That's the Ten of Pentacles. That's longevity. That is legacy. That's more than just financial gain. That is a lifetime of providing for yourself and for others. So when I look here at the Queen of Wands next to the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Coins, what I see is you are a person who has been through a lot. You are a person who has experienced emotional depth on multiple levels. You are a person who has experienced grief and heartache on multiple levels. And you're a person who has pulled through every single time. Not without injury, not without burden, but pulled through every single time. And there is reward in it for you. Remember, the bamboo was your signifier. This is something that you must water regularly for years to reap the benefits. And now the benefits are here. The Knight of Swords is Don Quixote from Manila Mancha, okay? Don Quixote is known for chasing windmills, but what he truly represents is a noble spirit. Hello, we're back. Okay. Pile 2. I flipped over your mermaid card and it says sanctuary. So I want to resume here so we can talk about your full message. Sanctuary. It says privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. So let's read deeper into that, because remember, you have the Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Coins. So sanctuary is number 28. If 28 is significant to you, enjoy that little tee-hee. 28 is divisible by 2. Together, 2 plus 8, equals 10. 10 can be reduced to 1 and 0, which are both power numbers, master numbers, if I recall. 0 represents the portal door that you jump through, and 1 is a beginning. Okay, that's for people who enjoy numbers. Here we go, Sanctuary. The mer world has many beings, and one of our most secretive and elusive is, and are, the powerful Melusinas. The mother of all Melusinas is a twin-tailed mer being, part woman, part dragon, part mer, part fae. She is here to remind you all that there are times when you need to declare to the world, this is my time, and this is my space. For you, much time has been given to others, to caring for them, to looking over them, to watching for them, to loving them, bandaging them, soothing them, satisfying them, feeding them, and now it is your time. In the legend of Melusina or Melusine, it is said this great queen would have each 7th day and night for her own self, and within her sanctuary, in the solitude of a deep and glittering bath, she would turn into her true self, utterly unobserved and utterly free. In the legend, Melusina's husband becomes so curious, he violates his promise and invades her sanctuary. Not only this, he is horrified at who she is when alone. Melusina's message to you is that you have the right to unviolated time out, alone, during which you can be free to look, be, sound, dream, and swim as you wish. True freedom within a relationship happens when each person's boundaries are respected, when each person supports times for solitude and recognizes the freedom that comes with that trust. It has come time now for your partner to support your space, your privacy, your time alone, and your need for this to be however you choose it to be. It is time for no one to invade or pry out of fear. Their exclusive rights to you are being diminished or betrayed. It is time for your relationship to step up a level into greatness, where the independence of each, the part of you that belongs to you alone, is nurtured, respected, applauded, loved, but ultimately left to you to determine. Will you ask for this? Will you take this when it is given to you? And will you declare these boundaries to be sacred? In many cultures, men and women, individuals and genders, have sacred space that is theirs alone. And it is a great taboo for others to enter into that space. This is your time. And may this taboo, this sacred space you set, be held in awe and reverence by all who claim to love you. That by doing so, they will show that they do indeed love the entirety, the multitudes of you, and support and uphold your freedom to be your own self. The divination says, cramped quarters, shared bathrooms, little privacy. Someone is not respecting you while at your most private moments. Your boundaries must be studied, redrawn, and then patrolled by you. Personal space feels either disrespected or as though it is diminishing. It is time for some space to be off limits to others and only available to you at certain times. This respect will benefit everyone. Reverence for your personal space will flow through to respect for their own needs. Therefore, balance and mutual harmony can be achieved and maintained, creating a flourishing, healthy relationship. So now let's look again. We have the Three of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands. It could very much be that there's been a violation of privacy of the Queen, who is being called in so many different directions. Queens seem like they have it all, but what they have is all the responsibility of looking after others, the responsibility of nurture, the responsibility of distributing well care for their realm, right? So it could be that this Three of Swords is that you have given and given and given so much that you feel there is nothing left for you. In which case your message with the Sanctuary card is that you must declare what type of sanctuary you need. This way you can declare how it is best respected. And then, as the card says, it's up to the people who claim they love you to show they love you with their actions and choose to respect the boundary that you set. And remember, a boundary is something that can only be about how we are treated and how we treat others. A boundary can't be about how someone receives information. That's on them. So now let's talk again. Oh yes, Man of La Mancha. This is where I was interrupted before. So, Don Quixote. Don Quixote has a noble, indomitable spirit, and so do you. Where others see an old, bumbling fool, he sees adventures to be pursued. And in the Knight of Swords, adventures are to be had. Swords always represent ideas, communication, messages. So with the Knight of Swords, this is an urgent message that is both coming to you and urgent that you share with someone else, because this pile is feeling very much like it is about reclaiming what is your right. Privacy to yourself, sanctuary in your personhood, and the ability to deliver that to yourself. So let's talk about this 10 of coins, shall we? As I was saying before, 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. This represents longevity, wealth in the long term, security for a lifetime, and then some. This is about having so much abundance that you're able to leave it behind for whoever comes next. And it says here on the 10 of course, Hal Prince, the Prince of Broadway. So let's read these two from the, hold on, where is it? It's behind me. From the Hirschfeld Broadway Tarot Guidebook. Such a fun tarot deck. I got this with my friend who was gracious enough to invite me to the Lambs. And we got to see the author of this deck, Emily McGill. There it is. It's written on the deck. And she read from the deck herself. That was fun. That was lovely. All right, Knight of Swords. And by the way, anyone joining me here today, do let me know what you think of this interpretation. I am seeking the best way to read cards for people because I can't seem to stop reading cards. I love it. I love sharing it with people. I love delivering the messages. So yes, do let me know in the comments below, wherever you may be watching this, what you feel about this style. Great. Knight of Swords. Speaking before thinking, quick and decisive, going off script. Oh, this is improv energy, baby. So the song here is The Impossible Dream. To dream, the impossible dream. Oh, that's your homework. Go listen to that song. The Knight of Swords swoops in. There he is. Adventuring ahead and talking a mile a minute. This is someone who has deep convictions about their abilities and intellect without the experience to back it up, which is dangerous when matched with a willingness to run their mouth. The sense of impulsiveness is palpable, and confidence and ambition are high. Don Quixote might not understand the consequences of his actions, but he moves through the world with the belief that he is as just, right, as true as any other knight. The Impossible Dream is your song here. And maybe this feels like you. Maybe you feel like you don't have a right to back up what you talk about because you don't have the experience yet, but you still have an inner knowing, you have a conviction. Charge forward. Recognize that yes, with every action, there is a reaction, but it's time to claim the space that is yours. Claim the ideas that are yours. Do it. Do it, because what's in it for you is the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. Let's move on. Here we are, here we are, here we are. 10 of coins. Ha! The song here is do the work. That's got to be my homework now. I have to listen to that one because I'm not familiar with that one. It says successful, happy family, legacy, what did I tell you? And abundance, which is also what the Jade was talking about. Also, Jade is best inherited by family, so you do still get legacy there. Here we go. Huzzah for abundance! The 10 of coins arrives with fully lived lives and wisdom gained through experience. So you see, if you pursue the ideas and the thoughts you have and claim the sanctuary that you need for yourself, you are going to experience the legacy and the experience that you are seeking. The perceived success and happiness come from moving through the world each day in the most fulfilling way. Your diligence to that lifestyle can be your legacy. The most prolific man in musical theater certainly left quite a legacy. With more Tony Awards than anyone else in history, Hal Prince's dedication to doing the work and creating an abundance of art was expanded by his need to excel and build community. So build community, claim your space, take up what is rightfully yours to take up because the world needs you. The world needs you. And your cards will tell you so too. Thank you so much, Pile 2. This has been your reading. This is your reading. Take a look at the cards, get an appreciation for everything happening on the deck, and I will see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose Pile 3, you went for the little bub. The little bub. It looks like a little parakeet. Little parakeet buddy right here. Parakeets are commonly kept as house pets, but they are also found in the wild. This is a tropical bird, but it's also a bird that can be caged. This bird is not caged, so let me know. This is a bird that can be taught words. This is a friendly bird. This is also a social bird. Are you a social bird? Here we go. These are your cards if you chose Pile 3. We have here the 3 of Wands and the Emperor. So we're going to start with these cards here. The 3 of Wands is a card of looking towards the future. As you can see, this person is literally gazing out into the water. Water represents emotion, so it feels like not just looking into the future, but looking into the emotional fulfillment that you want to experience. We see the wind is billowing his cape, his cloak. Wind is moving energy of the thoughts and realms. So it could be that you are flourishing with ideas that you are seeking to move forward with, and you are strategizing best ways to actually take the action steps. Wands always represent our social realm and our play realm, our work element and our indulging in activities element. And if we look closely, we see that the wands are blossoming. There's beautiful flowers there. How beautiful, how magical. The sky is clear. There are some clouds on the horizon and there are some mountains. That tells me there are some challenges that will have to be faced. But look, you got your work boots on. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Ha! And the Emperor. Now that is a card of determination. The Emperor is a major arcana card. The Emperor is saying, hey, I've got willpower. I have determination, and I will see things through as I see fit. This Emperor is holding the world in his hand. This is sustaining that vision. Whatever vision you have here, sustain that vision, because it's only through sustaining it that you are going to achieve such a place of self-empowerment. The Emperor has claimed this position for himself, not just through words. No. This is an Emperor of action. This is fire energy. This is Aries energy specifically. I'm sure you can see the ram right there. This is about charging forward, following your thoughts with actions that are in alignment with each other so that you can take those ships of inspiration and ground them in reality. I also want to point out, look at the boots on the Emperor, okay? Those are shin guards. That's armor. This is an armored emperor. This is an emperor who fights their own battles, okay? This is telling me that you are prepared to back up your word with your action. You are prepared to put your money where your mouth is, as it were. Let's see. You got the Ten of Cups here, represented by the Addams family. The Ten of Cups is a card of fulfillment. It's a card of emotional fulfillment in particular. It's a card of having family, of having love. It's generational. That is magnificent. And let's see. Now, what did I tell you about the Emperor, right? I said, hold the vision. And this card is called Visions. Okay, let's talk about it, my social little parakeets. My little parakeets. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I just had it. Oh, it's right in front of me. I want to start with the Hirschfeld Tarot because each of these cards is correlated to a Broadway production. As you can see, that was the Ten of Cups and the Addams Family musical. Now, personally, I feel conflicted about the Addams Family musical because I love the Addams Family, and I feel like whoever wrote the musical kind of forgot who they were and brought them on a very average storyline. Those are my personal feelings about the musical. But the song that is here is the Addams Family. The Addams Family. Now that song is not a part of the Broadway musical. Instead, they have When You're an Addams and Addams. It's probably because they didn't want to pay the royalties to the person who actually wrote the Addams Family. All right, Ten of Cups, take me to ya. Here we go. The song attached to this one, so this is your homework. Look up this song, see what the messages that come through if you want a little music divination. I always enjoy taking it to the next level. Is Live Before We Die. I have to say, through each of the piles, there has been this threaded message. And even when I was pulling piles, we pulled this Aphrodite card. There has been a threaded message about living while we are alive. Not just staying safe, but actually seeking experiences that are fulfilling for us as individuals as we learn and discover about ourselves. Okay. So, happy family, joyful, loving. Imagine the picturesque, loving, supportive, happy family that we all hope to be a part of. The Ten of Cups represents this narrative and reminds you that you can choose to overflow with positivity and that choice inevitably reverberates through your life. You can radiate love in all directions and it comes back to you tenfold. The Addams family may have their quirks, but there are few families that are as fiercely loving and loyal to one another. Each person is important and impacts everyone else. Their gifts and challenges mutually complementing and compensating to make the whole even stronger than the sum of its parts. This is a happy family. So, when I look at this, I see the Three of Wands and the Emperor. Perhaps a happy, loving family is the vision that you're holding. We're going to get into this card. I haven't forgotten. We're going to get into this card. Also, like, behold, here's the world. Here's the moon. We have full moon energy coming in. Hold the vision. This is entirely possible for you. This is coming in. Your Ten of Cups wants you to know that on the other side of your challenges, they exist. They live. They are real. And they're waiting for you to find them. Maybe even to make them. So let's talk visions. In the Mermaid Oracle, it says psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, and out-of-body travel. So this is my psychic group. This is the group that can totally tap into the fact that you have abilities beyond just grounded human awareness, that you are able to tap into your inner knowing. Perhaps you have vivid dreams. I know I do. Perhaps you intuit information before you receive evidence of this information. Perhaps you are also a tarot card reader, an astrologer, a crystal worker. You get information from places that are considered esoteric and divinatory. The number here is number 37. If the number 37 is significant to you, enjoy this moment. Take a tee-hee. 3 and 7 add together to equal 10. Oh, that's interesting. Our previous pile also added together to equal 10. So maybe there's something for you in pile number 2. And 3 is a number of cycles. 7 is a number of higher learning and knowledge. And this card says, the mermaids do much of their work, their spirit work, by moonlight. Under moonlight, we can see so much more of what is taking place within each other's energetic space and the layers of our energetic field. We can see where there are leaks and where there is energy compounding and compacting, almost like a growth over a wound to protect it. Gross. We can see what needs to be carefully and slowly removed and worked with, because under the blue light of the moon, intensities, drainage areas, torn aspects of the energy field become clear and obvious. We often have visions of places far, far away, and we are able to extend our energy and to send it, traveling to places we could not reach, not even in the swiftest currents, not even in a Gulf Stream, for weeks of your time. But in moments, we can be by your side wherever you are in the world, because we can travel energetically. We must return to the source, to the ocean, and we physically do not move from this space. How can you too become more able to travel, to see, to be an energetic voyager who has yet a solid home in their form? So this is much more about the vision. It's how you're going to get there. When you connect to the moon, you will feel more whole, connected, and attuned to the cycles of the world. And the fears you may have had around certain issues will fade. You will allow yourself to see with your psychic vision, and you will speak of what you see, and it will not be considered to be freakish or unusual or mere fantasy. It will be trusted and allowed and explored by you and by others who you are close to. These flashes will not come when you are asleep. Oh, not a dream thing. So they are not dreams. I should have just kept reading. And they can come even when your physical eyes are open. It is a matter of adjusting to have more than one kind of vision and accepting that this is an energetic truth. You will begin to understand and easily interpret these movies being made for you by the divine in alliance with your spirit eye. Wow, pile number 4. That was the most, sorry, you're pile number 3. There is no pile number 4, not this time. The most straightforward reading for sure. Clear, concise. There's fiery energy asking you to sustain the vision, but there's also watery energy asking you to not just hold the vision visually, but to actually lend your energy in moving towards this vision, to work with the moon, and in particular with the full moon. This means go out at night, go be under the moon, stand under it, take pictures of the moon, make some moon water, cleanse your crystals, maybe put on a fancy little outfit. This way the moon blesses you in whatever you're wearing. I don't know, I'm not you, but I can definitely see myself doing all of those things. So I can recommend them to you as well. Wow. So straightforward. I'm going to make sure that you have a visual of these cards. This has been your reading. You are all set for today. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. Now, like the parakeet, okay, it's not enough to hear it. You must repeat it. You must hold the vision and then repeat the vision. You must hold the energy and then repeat the energy. It's repetition that brings in the manifestation. It's repetition that brings in the manifestation. It's repetition that brings in the manifestation. So, happy full moon to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Tarot Time with Danielle, and I will see you next time for the new moon. All right, adios, bye. Pile number 3, this is your reading. The 3 of Wands, the Emperor, the 10 of Cups, and Visions. Water energy and fire energy are asking you to utilize them both. Wonderful work, wonderful work. And remember, your song is... Oops, actually, I forgot what your song is. Hold on, I've got to pull up the... That's right, I had to move the light. The book. Oh, I opened up to 2 of Cups. How sweet is that? How sweet it is. How sweet it is. Take me to the 10 of Cups. Take me to the 10 of Cups. Take me to the 10 of Cups so we can see the song again. That's the Page of Cups. Live before we die. Live before we die. That's your message. That's your energy. Go forth and conquer. Huzzah!